Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am taking advantage of this warm-ish sunny day, and I'm gonna clear out all of these pots that have been growing for the summer season. Now I've got lots of, tropical things that died with frost, including tomatoes and plectranthus and coleus. And I'm gonna show you how super easy you can deal with this. It's literally gonna cut everything down. I'm gonna leave their roots in place. I'm gonna top dress with a little bit of fresh soil cube, and I'm gonna get them replanted for the winter season. So stay tuned to see exactly how simple this can all be. Now there's no questioning, I have a huge number of containers here, and I don't need this many for the winter time. So I'm gonna actually concentrate on just cutting back the things in these smaller orange pots, which you see I have a whole row behind the bench. And I'm gonna just let them sit for the winter. I'm gonna concentrate on the larger, taller pots, and I'm gonna direct seed different varieties of grains into each of those. I think it's gonna really make this bench area at the Airbnb house, the Carolina Garden house, give it some extra pop for the winter, and all the stuff will be staged and ready to go when I want to replant next spring. So I've got 3 pots on either side of the bench that are filled with all the summer soil, all the roots from those summer plants. All of them were annuals. They're not going to come back, and all their roots will just decompose in place. There's no reason that I have to actually take out any of the soil. I can grow my winter pots of grains right in this mass. So the process is really simple. I am just going to top dress with some soil cube. This is the veggie mix, which I am completely and totally obsessed with. It's definitely my favorite thing that has been created. And I'm just going to literally put right on top just a couple of inches of fresh soil that I'll be able to seed right into. Now that all of the pots are filled with fresh soil cube, I'm going to go ahead and add a handful of this Dr. Earth organic fertilizer, and I'm just going to toss it in each one of these pots, and ultimately I'm going to mix it around in the soil so it's already incorporated. That way the pot is ready for me to go ahead and direct seed. Now I'm going to do some of these in grains, but I'm also going to do several of these in poppies. And this will be the great poppy growing in pots winter experiment for 2022-2023. So I've got all the seeds assigned. I'm going to do 2 different types of wheat in the matching containers on either side. I'm going to do bread seed poppies, the big Papaver somniferum, in this pot. These are my open pollinated seeds that I harvested back in the summer. And I'm going to do the Papaver Reese. I got this seed from Hancock Seed. I'm going to do that in this pot here. And then over there, I have some other really cool ideas to make each pot unique. Now on this side, I'm going to do this Syngenta wheat in this pot. Here with the conifer, I'm going to do a mix of this gourmet lettuce mix with alyssum. And this pot we actually did in the seed class. This is already planted with a nice variety of kales. So we're going to have awesome salads to go along with the grains and, more importantly, the poppy pots. Well, we'll start with the wheat. And this seeding process is really straightforward. Just gonna dump that whole bag out. And now I'm just gonna mix the seed into the pot. This is basically just gonna look like an ornamental grass all winter. It'll be green And then in the spring, yes, it will produce flowers that set seed, and those seeds are what you grind into flour. You're not going to put your local bakery out of business by doing a single pot of wheat, but it's still a really cool experience. Now, sowing the poppies is, believe it or not, even easier than sowing the wheat because they just have to stay right on the soil surface. But this is what everybody does wrong. You notice that the poppy seeds are really, really tiny. Well, that just is an indication that they need to be on the surface because they need light to germinate. So all I'm going to do is take a pinch of the seeds and I'm just going to lightly scatter them right on the surface of the pot. And that's it. The critical thing with poppies is just to not cover them at all. Once you've sown the seed, you have to leave the pot alone. I'm only going to lightly water this to make sure that none of the soil ends up, covering any of the seeds so I can maximize the germination rate. At this time of the year, poppies tend to germinate in less than 15 days. I'll definitely be giving you updates all winter long. Now, I believe that the same will go for this Papaver Reese. These seeds are a little bit larger, but not much. Let me try and give you a close-up. And they want to be scattered right on top, just like the Papaver somniferum. The hardest part is not messing with them now that they've been sown. Well, now that these pots are watered in, it's really just a matter of a few weeks before I start seeing germination in every single pot. I can't wait to share updates with all of you, so be sure to subscribe to the Bree the Plant Lady YouTube channel and follow along for the new container experiment with poppies, grains, and different greens. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching, everybody.